Hi guys, I just want to talk about programming for kettlebells and preventing injuries with kettlebell training. So we just entered a new year. I know a lot of people are going to have New Year's resolutions. Some of you probably had a kettlebell as a gift and you're going to dive into the kettlebell training. So the question is, are publicly available kettlebell workouts out there good for everybody, or are they bad? The answer is not as simple. The answer is yes, and the answer is no. So when a workout is out there, it's programmed, it's specific for somebody. It's either a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, and it's got a certain goal. Those goals vary, okay? So it's not just cardio, it's not just strength, it's not just endurance. There's a lot more things that come into play. It could be a mixture of things as well. So all these things need to be kept in mind. So is every kettlebell workout out there good for everybody? No, it's not. So let's give an example. We got the Caveman in a circle. We've been doing that for over 2 decades. We've got over 150 workouts in there. Is every workout good for every person? No, it's not. The workouts are programmed for us, for whoever is demonstrating the workout. So some of these workouts are more geared toward beginners, some to intermediate, some to advanced, but that doesn't mean they're always good for every beginner if it's a beginner workout, because even in a beginner level, you've got different levels of beginners. Are you a complete beginner? A complete beginner is different than a beginner that's moving almost into intermediate, or that's even halfway. So some beginners focus on different things as well. So it's not always that easy, okay? It becomes a lot more complex. Now, the great thing about our workouts is that we include a video that explains the programming, how to adjust the programming, how to adjust the rep scheme, how to adjust the intensity, how to adjust the rest time, the number of rounds, how to adjust the exercises even. So we got alternatives and progressions to a certain exercise. If the exercise is complex, for example a snatch, a lot of people can't do a snatch. So we'll include an exercise that works up to that. That's your progression. Alternatives, for example on overhead reverse lunge, we'll do a rack reverse lunge, etc. We'll talk about all that. So my point is we include that information, making most of our workouts suitable for every person. But it comes down to whether the person who's looking at it, who's going to do the workout, invests the time to watch those videos and understand what they need to adjust. The only next best thing is getting a trainer or a coach to program for you. That's going to cost money, okay? A lot of money to get it done right. So that's the only next best thing, or you yourself learn how to program and how to adjust every program that's out there. So you learn how to program for yourself, or you learn how to look at a program that's out there or a workout and you know how to adjust it. So that brings me to my point. We just brought out a new book called How to Program for Kettlebell Training, and it's awesome, absolutely awesome. It explains all the goals that you can work towards, how to work towards them, what to look out for, how to adjust the intensity, the frequency, the volume, etc. How to adjust it so that it suits you for progression, safe progression. So really, there are no bad workouts, there are no bad exercises. There's only a bad progression to that workout or to that exercise. So in the end, it comes down to 2 things. Are you gonna pay a trainer to look after you and understand you and program for you and just do as the program explains you should do it? Or are you gonna find out yourself and invest the time on how to do all these things? You know, it's great to understand how to program, how to adjust, just about everything. It's gonna be a whole lot cheaper, and your knowledge is just going to be expanded so much, and a whole new world will open up for you. So it comes down to that. If you don't do either of those 2 things, you are running the risk of injuring yourself. You are running the risk of overtraining, injury, and a whole lot more. Again, it's never the workout, it's never the exercise, it's the person that's not following the right progression. Now, when it comes to injuries, there's a whole lot to say about that too. When you're 2 decades in this business, you see the same thing happen over and over again with beginners. So we've made a book as well called Preventing Kettlebell Training Injuries. If you invest less than $30 into that, you're gonna have such a great time without all the injuries, without all the common things. Most people pick up the kettlebell, they'll start doing what they think is fun, what looks good, and they'll overdo it, and they'll keep training, even though they'll feel it here or they'll feel it here in their grip. They think it just goes. These things do not go. And they can turn into something worse, or they take you out of action completely. And you definitely don't want that. So it's well worth investing less than $30. On www.cavemantraining.com/shop, we've got our whole library of books. You can find many books in there. You'll find how to train for kettlebell training. You'll find how to program for kettlebell training, preventing kettlebell training injuries, etc. These are digital books, so you can share them with yourself via email and take them everywhere. You always got them handy, it's great. You can search within it, etc. It's all in color as well. If you want something physical, which is great too, you'll pop over to Amazon and everything is on there. You can get the books sent to you in physical format. But the disadvantage is they're a bit more expensive, and you can't search and you can't click links, and it's also not in color because a color book is just way too expensive. Do yourself a favor and check out those 2 books. Then we also got Kettlebell Workouts and Challenges 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. These are great books, especially 3.0. That's one of the best. It's got alternatives, warm-ups. It's based on our Caveman in a Circle workouts, so check that out as well. And just in short summary, learn how to adjust programming, how to adjust workouts that are out there, and identify whether they're suitable for you, or learn how to program for yourself. Invest a little bit of time and buy a book, or invest a lot of money and get a coach. With all that said, I wish you a wonderful time with your new kettlebell and your kettlebell journey, and see you next time.